Direct and manage project work. Direct and manage project work is the process of leading and performing the work defined in the project management plan and implementing approved changes to achieve the project's objectives. The key benefit of this process is that it provides overall management of the project work. Carrying out the work in the project management plan is all about integrating the various plans and activities of the project. A lot of your time is spent analyzing information and coordinating your team members' actions. While managing the work, you need to be flexible and nimble to respond appropriately to the day-to-day situations, issues, and risks that arise. You have to call on your interpersonal skills to be an effective leader. During this process, you will also be implementing approved changes to the project management plan. The process of getting changes approved is the monitoring and controlling process group. After the changes are approved, they are implemented in this process. The PMBOK guide identifies the following inputs, tools and techniques, and outputs for this process. In the next screen, we will discuss the inputs to this process. Most of what you work with when creating deliverables is following the guidance of the project management plan, which is an important input to this process. Project documents that can be considered as inputs for this process are change log, which contains the status of all change requests. Lessons learned register are used to improve the performance of the project and to avoid repeating mistakes. The register helps identify where to set rules or guidelines so the team's actions are aligned. Milestone list shows the scheduled dates for specific milestones. Project communication includes performance reports, deliverable status, and other information generated by the project. Project schedule includes at least the list of work activities, their durations, resources, and planned start and finish dates. Requirements traceability matrix links product requirements to the deliverables that satisfy them and helps to focus on the final outcomes. Risk register provides information on threats and opportunities that may impact project execution. Risk report provides information on sources of overall project risk along with summary information on identified individual project risks. Approved change requests are also inputs to the direct and manage project work process. The PMBOK guide uses the term change request as an umbrella to encompass not only a request to change some aspect of the product or project, but also corrective action, preventive action, and defect repairs. Approved change requests are scheduled and implemented by the project team and can impact any area of the project or project management plan. The enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets can also influence this process. In the next screen, we will discuss the tools and techniques used to executing the project. The work in this process is accomplished by the expert judgment on your team. Your team members, including any vendors who have the technical expertise and experience to complete the work. You will also use the supporting information systems to accomplish work. The Project Management Information System is used to document the project management plan and subsidiary plans, to facilitate the feedback process, and to revise the documents. Meetings are an integral part of any project. You hold meetings to both inform stakeholders and get information from them. You can hold meetings to brainstorm, evaluate options, and resolve problems and issues. You can also use meetings to make decisions about the product or the project. Now let's discuss the outputs of executing the project. The outputs of executing the project work are fairly logical. You have your deliverables and work performance data. Some specific definitions are associated with deliverables and work performance information. Take a look at them to make sure you understand what PMI means by these terms. Deliverable is any unique and verifiable product result, or capability to perform a service that is required to be produced to complete a process, phase, or project. Work performance data are the raw observations and measurements identified during activities being performed to carry out the project work. The issue log is a project document where all the issues identified during the project lifecycle are recorded and tracked. The issue log will help the project manager effectively track and manage issues, ensuring that they are investigated and resolved. You might have change requests depending on how the work is going, and you will update components of the project management plan and project documents. Change requests that are a result of this process can address project or product issues. You might see a change request to revise work's instructions, the schedule, scope, budget, or requirements. It's common to see requests for preventive or corrective actions as a result of this process. Any change to the project management plan goes through the organization's change control process via a change request. Any component of the project management plan may require a change request as a result of this process. Some project documents that may be updated as a result of carrying out this process include: the activity list may be updated with additional or modified activities to be performed to complete project work. Assumption log may record new assumptions and constraints, and the status of existing assumptions and constraints may be updated or closed out. Lessons learned register will help improve performance for current or future projects. Requirements documentation gathers new requirements identified during this process. Progress on meeting requirements can also be updated. Risk register provides all identified new risks, and existing risks may also be updated during this process. Risks are recorded in the risk register via risk management process. Stakeholder register gathers additional information on existing or new stakeholders. Any organizational process assets can be updated as a result of this process.